Hi, my name is Ella, and I created a note and chord recognizing program, which is called ConTemplate, like music cone with and then template, because having an outline of the chords or the notes can be a really helpful template for musicians to be able to decide how they're going to play their piece. So, starting off, you'll want to import your score. Press the import button. And then I'm going to use this Mozart sonata that we looked at in my harmony class. So this is why I have the picture of the score. This is Mozart piano sonata in A major. As you can see, there's three sharps. That means it's in A major, K331, and measures 1 through 8. So with our score, we're going to want to choose the clef that it's in. So since it's a piano piece, it's in a grand staff. And then input the number of sharps and flats for the program to be able to recognize the chords. So this has 3 sharps and then 0 flats. And I had my program automatically change the other number, whether you add sharps or flats, to 0, so that you can't have both sharps and flats, because there are no key signatures in music that have both sharps and flats. And then the time signature is going to be 6/8. And the reason I included the time signature was so that for my chord analysis, usually musicians or composers like to change their harmonies on every beat of a measure. So since this is in 6/8, that means it's in compound time, which means the time signature can be divided by 2. And that means that there are 2 beats it can be divided by 3. That means that there's 2 beats in the measure, because 6 divided by 3. And that's where I wrote each chord. So if we scroll down, we have our previews of the notes and the chords. And this is so that before adding it to their final project or final score, the user can preview if they want which colors or which notes to add. So as you can see, I'm going through the different measures. Change the color. And then chords. We're seeing a lot of AM. Capital M usually means major. And let's just see. There's some D major, E major. But yeah, we can change colors. And then let's say we want to add it to the score. I just clicked add annotation to score. It takes a while to load once again, because it's going through every pixel in the image. And while that loads, I guess I can talk a little bit about my process. So let's add the notes as well. So with my project, I wasn't really sure which direction I would go, whether chord analysis would even be possible. So I first started out with searching for the staff lines, and then from there I'd be able to find the notes on the score. But to do that, I had to save all of the pixel colors, whether it was white or black, into a list. So that would be values either 255 or 0. And then I went through each pixel and found all the horizontal lines. And the longest horizontal lines in any score would be the staff lines. So I saved those staff lines into a list. And with that list, I was able to go through the lines and the spaces and see if there was any black around it, in a dot shape. So for me, I did the top of the dot, the bottom, and the left and the right. But this led to some problems. It thought that, for example, the key signature or the time signature would be a note, because it also met those criteria, or these dots as well. So I had to create a lot of functions to get rid of the fake notes. And some of those removed too many of the fake notes, and it removed a real note. So this one is unfortunately not annotated. But the accuracy is really, really close. So I'm pretty proud of what I did. And as you can see, since we added our number of sharps, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, we have our sharps in our annotations. And then our chords, A major, E major, D major, E major, are also informed by the sharps and flats. Because if we didn't have the sharps and flats, it might be a minor key or even a diminished or augmented chord. So this way, it's very accurate. And yeah, that's my project.